We just got some crazy details revealed to us about the Los Angeles Lakers' future trade plans, and it will have serious implications on what the Purple and Gold do come February 6th. That is the NBA trade deadline, and the type of moves that this team will or will not make in just a handful of weeks here. And welcome to Lakers Digest. My name is Hunter Pitcoff, and we cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. If you are new to the channel, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. If you're returning, we always appreciate you guys coming back. But I do ask, if you are new and you are not subscribed, we're trying to reach a goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We reached 4K right before the ball dropped on New Year's Eve, and we're trying to get to 5K to kick off the new year. This is a realistic goal, guys. We are so close to getting it. So if you like what you see, you like what you're watching, you're a fan of the Lakers, or you love the hate, whatever the reason may be, click that subscribe button. And I don't want to keep you guys waiting too much longer. Let's talk about the Lakers and them not emptying out the bank, them potentially being kind of cheap. This is what Vando said, who covers the Lakers for The Athletic, has as good of an ear to this team as any reporter does in the NBA. He's saying that, according to him, the sense from rival scouts and front office executives around the NBA is the Lakers are more likely to enter or either stay pat or make a half-measure trade rather than try for an all-in move. Buha noted this approach is dependent on which players will be available, the asking price for those players, and how the Lakers perform over the next 2 weeks before the deadline. If the Lakers make a move, Buha cites a big man or another ball handler as the areas they would like to prioritize. So, some of that we have kind of known, right? If you just watch the Laker games, they definitely need a big man, and they definitely need a ball-handling guard that can play some defense, create some shots for himself, as well as others. Those are probably the two biggest needs on the Lakers right now. They just traded for Dorian Finney-Smith, who just came off his best game as a Los Angeles Laker against the Washington Wizards in their last game. So you got that checked off, but you still need those two positions as well. But the report that's interesting there is exactly where the Lakers' mindset is, right? Because what they've been trying to do is play this delicate dance between going all in for a championship, but also looking toward the future. And as a result, they find themselves in the worst spot in the NBA, the middle. A team that is a borderline playoff team every year that has to win a play-in game just to make it to the field of 8 in the Western Conference. This is the position they have found themselves in virtually every single year since they won a championship back in 2020. So this report, again, guys, from Jovan Buha, is telling you that a half-measure trade is more likely than an all-in move. And what does that exactly encompass? Because that we don't necessarily know. Does a half-step kind of trade, is that just simply not giving up a first-round pick? Is it only willing to give up second-round picks, which has also been reported? The Lakers don't really want to give up a first. That might stop them almost definitely from getting a Cam Johnson or a Brandon Ingram, or if a Zach LaVine or De'Aaron Fox can be had. But that definitely stops the Los Angeles Lakers from getting Colin Sexton or Walker Kessler. I mean, both those guys probably are going to require at least one first-round pick. And are the Lakers willing to give that up? I don't know. That probably puts him in the market for a Bruce Brown, or apparently Kyle Kuzma can be had for a second-round pick, guys. He could be back in LA. That could be an option. A Jonas Valanciunas or Robert Williams III. That's probably realistically what it puts them in. But in order to get those guys, you need to give up something in return, because no team is just going to make a trade with you just to make you happy. They're going to want something in return. You have to give up something to get something. And we also have a sense of what NBA teams view the Los Angeles Lakers trade assets as, and that is Jared Vanderbilt. And is he staying put? Because, yes, we haven't heard him in a lot of trade talk, but we got a better sense from none other than Jovan Buha in terms of why that is. He said, quote, "For the Lakers to include Vando, they would probably have to put a first-round pick just as an attachment to Vando. Forget the other stuff that you're giving up. That's the one issue, is that for this to work out, it would actually be one first and Rui and a player, and then probably a first to Toronto or Chicago to take on Vando's salary." So, in other words, what Jovan Buha is saying is that in order to trade Vanderbilt, you need to include a first-round pick with him. And that's just the bare minimum. If a team is asking for one first-round pick, they're going to want Jared Vanderbilt, a first-round pick, and another first-round pick because Jared Vanderbilt's contract is viewed that much as a negative in the NBA circles. And the reason why is simply mainly because of injury. Jared Vanderbilt has not played a basketball game since February 1st, 2024. That's the last time Vanderbilt has played on a court. And while he is ramping it up, he's been back and forth with the Lakers and the South Bay Lakers, the G League affiliate. We don't know when he's coming back. We do not know the date. We don't exactly know the timeline, and we don't know where he's at. We don't know if and when he's going to be healthy, if and when he's back on the court, if and when he gets back to what he was before the injuries, which was an elite defensive player that you can throw on a team's best perimeter offensive player, someone who hustles, plays 110%, has a motor that's pretty much second to none, and someone who is an awesome rebounder. Stuff that the Lakers need, and a legit toughness and athleticism that the Lakers have desperately needed in their front court for quite some time and on the perimeter. They need a guy like that. And so with this trade, what this tells you is that he's not valued because he's viewed as a negative asset solely because of the contract and the health concerns. He's getting paid a lot of money to be on the Lakers. So as a result, that is one less player that the Lakers can realistically move on from because it doesn't really make sense to just include him in a deal. Because if you're Lakers, you'd rather just hope that he gets healthy because that would be more valuable than just giving him and a first-round pick up in a deal. So that is the current situation of Jared Vanderbilt and his trade prospects, and that probably means that the Los Angeles Lakers will not move on from him at least this offseason, or this trade deadline. But how should the Lakers approach the deadline, which is quickly coming up, guys, under 2 weeks away on February 6th. And so, in my personal opinion here, I think when you signed up for the LeBron James experience, whatever team you might be, the Miami Heat did it, the Cavs, the Lakers, he's won a championship with all of them. However, when you sign up for the LeBron James experience, especially now when he's 40 years old and still playing like a top-tier player in the NBA, you need to surround him and go all in on a championship team. If you don't want to do that as a franchise, you sit LeBron down and go, look, we're going to be rebuilding. This probably isn't for you. And you let him go on his way and you work something out. That's what you do. But the Lakers signed up for this. This is not a team that rebuilds. They reload. They chase stars. That is the history of the Los Angeles Lakers. I know some of you guys in the comments don't want that, and I can understand why you wouldn't want that, but that's probably not going to happen because this is what the Lakers do. When people show you who they are, believe them. And this is what the Lakers do. So if you're going to have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, another player in the prime of his career, you need to surround them with the best possible players you can. And you need to go all in on this roster. That's why everything should be on the table. I would love a trade for a Colin Sexton and Walker Kessler. That solves both the problems that the Lakers think they have. They get a guard who can play defense, who brings intensity, who brings hustle, who can score. And then you get a guy like Walker Kessler, who is a young defensive option that allows Anthony Davis to play the 4, and he can play behind Anthony Davis as your 5, and gives elite rim protecting and size. And I believe at this point, last time I checked, he had the highest field goal percentage in the NBA, if not one of the highest. So very efficient player as well. You get all of that together, that's going to help your team. And if that doesn't work, even guys like Bruce Brown, someone the Lakers have been linked to the last couple of years. You have Robert Williams III. He fills a lot of those issues as a rim protector, rebounder. He's a pretty switchable player as well. Clearly isn't going to play a whole lot in Portland as their third string center. And on top of that, too, is someone who's played some, championship caliber basketball with the Boston Celtics. So he didn't win a championship with them. Or Jonas Valanciunas, who the Lakers just played. Has a lot of size, a good offensive game, and allows Anthony Davis to play the 4 at times next to him. And he's not elite level player enough where there's pressure to put him in your starting lineup. So those are legitimate good options for the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm not going to say do whatever it takes to get those guys, but you need to come out with something in this trade deadline, or else Rob Pelinka is going to get a lot of heat from people, including myself and you guys, plenty of you, I'm sure, in the comments, about the lack of success that they would have at the trade deadline. Let me know down below, guys, what you think of these reports, as well as what you think the Lakers should do at the deadline. I'm going to just say it one more time. If the Lakers don't reach their goal of pulling off another move, we can still reach our goal here of 5,000 subscribers. And it's not just our personal goal here, guys, on the channel. You guys are the subscribers. This is a community that we're building together. And it's been really fun, an awesome ride since I started Lakers Digest here. Not the founder, but since I started with the channel. And we want to build up this community. We want to be kicking you-know-what, the kickoff 2025. We're off to a hot start here, and I think we can even build off this momentum. And perhaps us together can put the pressure on Rob Pelinka and that front office to make a move at the deadline.